Start there again. So basically, what are the benefits and pitfalls of home education? I think family bonding and character development is a positive of home education. I think you get a chance to really talk to your children about anything that comes up. So any kind of character issue that comes up, you can deal with it there and then. Just deal with it in the best way that you know how to deal with it. The children are bonding a lot. Now that bonding doesn't always look like a happy bonding. It's like sometimes you see that they may not necessarily be talking the way that they would like to be talking, but in general, like, it's nice when I see them laughing together, going to the park together, like playing games together, playing on the PlayStation together, writing stories together, singing songs together. Just all of that, that's to me, is like they're building up that strength of being siblings, and they're bonding. I like that. I think that's a positive. I think transportation is another positive. We don't have to go anywhere in the mornings. We just literally wake up. We might do a little walk from, let me show you. How do I turn this around? Let me show you that way. It's okay. There's our house. So from the house down the path to the classroom, that's literally our like no transportation. Yeah, that's not far.
Yeah, I know, but I thought you were talking about when we run around the block.
No, I'm just saying about the fact that we don't have to go anywhere in the morning. So I'm saving so much money on petrol, saving so much money on train fees or whatever. It's like there's no kind of transportation. The distance is not far at all. So I think that's a benefit of homeschooling. I think our faith is strengthened. We can talk freely about creation, because like I told you before, I'm against evolution, so I believe that we are all created by God. Whether you believe in God or not, we are created by God. We are created by an intelligent designer, which is God. You just look at creation, look all around you at creation, you can clearly see the handiwork of God on everything. And I think the fact that I can freely speak these things over to my children, not having to really take out of them what they may have learned at school, this is definitely another positive. Our faith is being strengthened all the time. Customization. We can customize a curriculum. So like I said before, we use a curriculum called the ACE curriculum. I'm going to do a few more videos about the ACE curriculum with you, but we can also dip in and out of other curriculums. I've got loads of books, as you can see, my little bookshelf over here with lots of curriculum, different books I have. Oh, ignore my bowl. Lots of different curriculum that we have over here. So I like to incorporate Black history into our curriculum as well. So we try to do Black history on a Friday, looking at all, and I like to look at lots of different worldviews and different arguments that are out there. I like to look at different creation stories from the different faith groups out there as well, to show my children these things. When I say I'm against evolution, don't get me wrong, my children still learn about Darwinism and all these different things and different theories that are out there, but they're learning from it from a different point of view. They're not learning about it as being truth, they're learning about it as another theory. So like Akala, you've heard of Akala? He talks about the fact that you should take 2 sets of notes. So I like to show my children that they need to take 2 sets of notes. So when they come up against something out there in the world, they still would have heard about it in the home, but the biblical foundational point is what we teach more. So if that makes sense, we teach from that angle, that the Bible is truth, it is the word of God, God is real, and that's the foundation that my children are getting. Safety. I feel like my children are safe when they're at home. That doesn't mean I just lock them up inside the house and keep them in one place. They still are able to walk to the shops or go to different activity groups or be out there in the world, but at the same time they are safe. I can oversee them and see what they're doing. Why is that a bad thing? Why is it that you have to send your children to school at the age of 4 years old, put them in a uniform and get them ready for work at 4 years old? Why can't children be safe at home? Like my oldest child, he didn't feel so safe at school. And a lot of people would say to me, yeah, but he needs to learn, you got to toughen him up. He's got to learn how to be strong, keep him in the school system. But now he's 15 years old, he's very strong. He had that time out to be at home, to be with mentors and different people that were able to help him to build up his emotion, the emotional level that he was in. He was able to build that up now. But now, the boy is strong. He's got character.
He may have some bruises from his birthday, though.
He may have some bruises from his birthday.
Happy birthday, Tyler.
He may have some bruises on his birthday because they gave him birthday bits, but he's strong. It's like his mind is at a place now where he's ready to move on. So when Never say with that parents, they might take a picture of their child at 4 years old. Oh my gosh, my child's first day of school. That'll be me when he's 16. When he's going to college, I'll be there like, yeah, my son at your first day of college.
No, please don't. When he graduates, my whole family is just jumping up in the air, thinking they own the place.
Yeah, so that's some of the positive reasons. I think that there's lots of enrichment. There's lots of enrichment activities that we can do with the children. Again, I think that's a positive. It can be a negative as well, because I think that sometimes schools can give a few things that we can't necessarily give at home. Like sometimes I hear like school children talking about the places they've been to or things that they've done in that big environment. I feel like, oh, I wonder what it would be like if my children were doing that. So don't get me wrong, it does come up sometimes where I think to myself, okay, I can't necessarily afford that, or I couldn't really give them that opportunity. I can, but when you're trying to be the school and trying to like implement so many different things, it's not always easy to do things in the same way that the schools can do it. But you're not supposed to, because I'm not trying to be a school. We're a family that home educate. More time. We have more time together. We have more time to work on the things that we want to work on. If my children are stuck on long division or some kind of maths problem, we can spend much more time on that concept before moving on. And if they find it really easy, we can just move on a lot quicker. I think that's a good one. So that always also relates to the speed of learning. So their learning speed is all based on themselves, how much they put in or how much they want to get from what they're doing. Another pitfall with home education, I think, is patience and frustration. Now, a lot of parents will talk about the fact that it's not always easy keeping your patience with your children, because they're with you all the time. You're not necessarily getting that break when they're arguing, when they're not understanding the concept, when you're just really tired. You know, it's not always easy to be patient, and you do get frustrated with them. Also, another thing is when the children have learned something, they want to tell you everything. So it's not like they have their peers during the day that they can talk to. They want to talk to you about, oh yeah, guess what I found out? I learned about this, I learned about that. And you literally, your brain is constantly thinking about education over and over and over again. And for me, that can be a little bit of a negative, because I just feel drained sometimes. And I guess because they're around each other all the time, sometimes that gets a bit too much for them, when I just feel like they just want to do other things or just be away from each other sometimes. So I try to help this by giving them separate activities to do every now and again, or if they feel like, you know, they need a break, they can just go to the park or like just go to the classroom, because we're quite blessed to have a classroom away from the house, which my dad built. My dad built it for us. We helped as well. We helped build the house, build the classroom. Yeah, so many people. Not for the whole day, no, we did it for a whole year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's some of the pitfalls of home education. Okay.